Gonzalez and Garcias. So that is the same starting five as Argentina had in the match against Cuba, where they were victorious 8-1. And Spain have gone in with Julio, Oral, Rodriguez. Luis Amado is the goalkeeper, ahead of Jesus and Daniel. Makes up the starting five. Jesus, the captain, but as he has done in previous matches, starting as a substitute. I would suggest that these teams are the best supported teams of all of them we've seen at Teodoro Flores. Spain have a big group of supporters who have come on package tours to watch them in action. Some of the tours were for only the second week, so that was extreme confidence. Some were for both weeks of competition. Well, the players haven't let them down, those who are coming only for next week, because they will be there in action. The captain out there, Leonardo Magarelli of Argentina, and Jesus from Spain. Very good here from Belgium, and his second in command, Adrian Tamplin from Australia. This should be a very good game. Both sides have beaten Cuba and Iran. Spain defeated Cuba with a score of 9-0. Argentina defeated Cuba 8-1. Spain defeated Iran 7-2. Argentina beat Iran 2-1. The last of the matches to be played at Teodoro Flores. From Saturday, tomorrow is a rest day, but from Saturday onwards, all matches will be played at the bigger El Domo complex. And that's just a few kilometers across Guatemala City. Just waiting from the all clear from Barry Goodyear. There is the thumbs up, there is the whistle. And we now just await Javi Rodriguez to tie up his shoes. And we're away! Julio, Oral. First attack down the left side from the Spaniards. They have been in very good form, Oral. And this will be the biggest test from Argentina's point of view. Both these sides unbeaten. Long, strong strike. It was Daniel. There it is again from just inside the halfway. Guisande was behind it. Garcias, long, down towards Gonzalez. And it's going to be Luis Amado who takes it quickly. Long throw for Javi Rodriguez. Couldn't quite get his boot to it. But I think he was happy enough with the intention from his goalkeeper. Just a little too strong. The pace is furious early on. Gonzalez. Garcias. Daniel has been a good player in the tournament. Scored in both matches against Cuba and Iran. Carlos Sanchez, the number 5 for Argentina. PLANAS. It's a fine, long-striding player down the right side. Back now to Sanchez. Gonzalez in the middle. PLANAS again. Garcias. Oral is back there with Luis Amado. Javi Rodriguez. There is the coach of Spain, Javier Lozano. His third World Championship campaign now. Great atmosphere here at Teodoro Flores. Way to the left, but it was a lovely run down the left sideline. There is PLANAS. OROL. OROL! Well, not too far away to the right. Strong strike with the left foot. GUISANDE as we watch OROL again. Meanwhile, the ball goes out of play on the far side. SANCHEZ. Argentina are down a man in this match. GUISTOZZI is injured, 22-year-old who plays in Italy, so he won't be part of the substitution rotation. OROL. JAVI Rodriguez to Julio. The call is made for Spain. Daniel to Julio. Well, the keeper came out. Julio got the ball past him, but he was offline. Julio has scored in both matches, and he thought he was a chance of scoring the first goal here. And then GONZALEZ was yellow carded in the last game against Cuba. So he's sitting on a warning. PLANAS. Oh, nice shot again. This time PLANAS missing to the far side. He missed to the near side a moment ago. His shot curling away. GUISANDE, that was an awkward take. It was high. It would have been close to the crossbar. GONZALEZ. SANCHEZ back to GONZALEZ. No, Daniel tripping. Julio sending it out of play. There is the incident again. No call. Tangle of feet. OROL. SANCHEZ, this is a good fast game early on. SANCHEZ trying to get it out to PLANAS. It's going to be Spain's ball from the side. OROL will take it. Julio back to OROL. Daniel to JAVI Rodriguez. Julio. JAVI Rodriguez. They're just holding onto the ball at the moment, the Spaniards. Julio. Argentina was second in their qualifying. They lost to Brazil in the final. For the last World Championships, Spain lost to Brazil also. The margin was a little closer though. 6-4 that scoreline. JAVI Rodriguez. Julio. OROL. GUISANDE was diving away, but the ball didn't get to him. It was chopped off by one of his co-defenders. And here was the powerful shot. Look at GUISANDE diving away, but it was chopped off by GONZALEZ. JAVI Rodriguez, still going, he goes down. Oh my word. The crowd in a frenzy. JAVI Rodriguez says, look where I was. He believes he was inside the area. But the call has been made just outside. First foul against Argentina. JAVI Rodriguez believed it should have been a penalty. Now he can shoot. He shoots straight into SANCHEZ. There he is. Rodriguez. Scored 3 times in the tournament so far. A danger player when they're on the attack. As they are now! Whoa, my word. Daniel getting it across to JAVI Rodriguez. And he almost made contact. There it is. And Rodriguez, not quite. is AMADO getting the start in front of the skipper. Jesus around the corner. What an opportunity for Daniel. It would have been the goal of the tournament. Amazing skill, taking the ball in mid-air and hooking it just wide of the goal. This is an exciting, thrilling start to the match. Both sides recording victories. It's a show of strength here now. Not just a show of strength, but also, of course, looking for that better draw as they move into the second phase. Spanish players warming up the sidelines, and their fans offering lots of encouragement. GARCIAS, PLANAS, SANCHEZ, who's just about done it all in this match. He's scored 3 goals. GONZALEZ taken away. SANCHEZ again. Yes, he scored in both games. 2 against Cuba, 1 against Iran, and also picked up a yellow card against Iran. So he's been in the thick of the action. GONZALEZ. GARCIAS. GARCIAS again. Here's GONZALEZ. Daniel down the left side. Taken away by SANCHEZ. The attack breaking down on the halfway. That's where Rodriguez will play the ball from. Julio. Rodriguez. Argentina will take it from the halfway. 5 minutes into the match, there's no score yet. GARCIAS to SANCHEZ, and few substitutions have been made just yet either. Both coaches realizing that this really is serious. OROL, no, can't quite get onto it. PLANAS, still there for OROL. Daniel, back to Luis AMADO. Daniel to Julio. Just ran out of room, it was knocked away from him. So Julio to take it from the side. Daniel. They're working quite well in defence under some pressure, Argentina. Rodriguez with OROL. And Rodriguez has gone down for no apparent reason. He picks himself up now. Seems okay. From the near side, SANCHEZ puts the ball out. Well, Spain have every right to be spirited in their support of this game of futsal. JAVI Rodriguez. Daniel, PLANAS is there, sending it across the line. After all, the game of futsal, foot is Spanish for football, sal, Spanish for indoors. They have a wonderful history in the game. OROL. Shot from Julio, there was a little deflection of SANCHEZ, but GUISANDE was equal to it. TALLAFERRO. Yes, you see that again. There was the deflection. SANCHEZ, almost some problems. And GUISANDE was composed. OROL. Has beautiful control of the ball, OROL. Over the sideline. Is a 27-year-old who scored 8 times with his 21 internationals. We've seen so many goals in these championships. OROL. Now the chance for Argentina to take it quickly. It goes to MONACO. MONACO on for the first time. He was looking for PLANAS. Interception from Julio. And Daniel around and urges the support of the fans. With Sanchez, Monaco again, but all Spain. Back it goes to PLANAS. Straight to Luis AMADO from Sanchez. At the other end, Rodriguez! Well, what a fast break. Difficult ball to control. And he had PLANAS and GUISANDE in front of him. Ricure goes on for the first time. Rodriguez takes the break. Ricure to OROL. Daniel. Once again, it'll go back to Argentina. Daniel is one of the least experienced members of this Spanish side, playing just his 9th international here, but he is a prolific scorer. TALLAFERRO. PLANAS, one of the 7 players in this Argentina side who play in the Italian league. TALLAFERRO goes over the sideline. Julio. Spain with most of the possession, but there's not a lot in that statistic. That's after almost 8 minutes of play. Long and strong, and a good save. TALLAFERRO sending it from beyond the halfway. It's AMADO doing a good job. Ricure was a dangerous player when he came on in the match against Cuba. He made his presence felt very, very quickly. Scored twice. And he is a man to watch. Santi. TALLAFERRO still going. Now goes after Sanchez. Can go to PLANAS. Decides to go down the line. That's a nice whirl. The ball was nice. And it just didn't quite stay in, but it is going to be Argentina's. So the foul called on the Spanish player Julio. 1 foul each. Substitutions wait their turn. Sanchez, PLANAS goes back to Sanchez. Monaco. TALLAFERRO again. Monaco. Sanchez and PLANAS working the ball around between them. Monaco getting involved as well. Now they try to go through the middle, but Ricure is there, and there was good pressure applied by Spain. They just weren't allowing Argentina to go forward at all as JOAN comes on for the first time. Daniel takes a break. ADEVA comes on as well, replacing Julio. There's so much depth in this Spanish side. ADEVA. Ricure will go to JOAN. Another who scored twice in the win over Iran, scoring both matches. OROL, ADEVA! No, GUISANDE is out there. It was set up for ADEVA. And GUISANDE throwing himself with fury at the ball and making a good side. Desperation by the keeper from Argentina. Played just over 10 minutes. And still no score. Well, we expected a good game here. but Spain certainly starting favourites. They are yet to get on the board, though, against this very hard-working side from Argentina. PLANAS, Gonzalez. A lot of their possession has been going backwards. Taken away there for Spain by OROL. ADEVA, and now Recure, tussle for the ball on the sideline, knocked back, AMADO. Pressure continues to build. JOAN, SANTI comes on, replacing OROL. The pass goes his way now, the tall number 3 for Spain. There's SANTI again. Both these sides have played at all 4 World Championships. Only 5 teams have done that. Spain and Argentina among the 5. And of course, Spain have figured in the medals with the last 2 championships in Hong Kong in 1992 and again as host nation in 1996. They were the bronze medalists in Hong Kong, the silver medalists in Spain. Play, it's still going to be with Spain, and they have high hopes, not so much expectations but certainly optimism. They can go one better than the silver they took in 1996. ADEVA, SANTI. They know just how tough this level of competition can be, with Brazil winning the 3 world titles, but even at the European Championships they ran into Russia, who beat them on penalties. So there are a lot of good sides around. SANTI, knocked away from him by Gonzalez. JOAN is the man who will play the ball. SANTI, there waiting for it was Recure. AMADO will take it. It's a vote of confidence in AMADO, the 24-year-old, now winning his 28th cap. Starting before Jesus PLANAS, nice break. Can he keep it going? Gonzalez! Gonzalez just trickles the ball into AMADO. SANTI. Ball just in play, only just. And now it's out. But still with Spain. Referee Adrian Tamplin ordering the Argentina players back a half a metre. SANTI. ADEVA got it out. What can they do this time? Recure again. In the middle of 3 Argentina defenders. Gonzalez clashing with JOAN. Down goes Gonzalez. He's a strong little player though. Strong attack on the ball by both JOAN and Gonzalez. SANTI, Recure, still there Recure, and cleared away. No score after almost 13 minutes. This tournament has been averaging, up until the start of today's action, some 7 goals per game, 7.3 goals per game. So it is fast and furious. The goals generally come, but it's a matter of which team will break first. More of the opportunities going with Spain, but Argentina really concentrating hard in their defence. Spanish coach Javier Lozano. SANTI. JOAN losing it. Now MONACO, but no support for MONACO. SANTI takes it again. And he runs out of options going forward, so sending it back. Recure. So they build up from right side to left. ADEVA. Back to JOAN. Comes off the face of PLANAS. See it once again, straight into the cheek. He's okay though. Also, Laranaga, coach of Argentina. Recure. There's less than 6 minutes before half-time now. Still no score on the board. Spain having to work very hard for an opening goal. So too Argentina. PLANAS still going. Good move down the right side. TALLAFERRO was there. But a timeout has been called. Timeout called by Argentina. And this is proving to be very difficult for Spain, who would have gone into this match as the favourites. I'm sure they knew they had a hard game ahead of them. But perhaps they would have expected to be on the scoreboard by now. Look at the fans from Argentina who have made the trip here to Guatemala City. They love their futsal. They love their outdoor game as well. And so do the Spaniards. JAVI Lozano has been in charge of the national team since 1992. They have a very impressive win record. They've won 112 of their 152 matches. Now TALLAFERRO takes it for Argentina. PLANAS. ADEVA. So it's from one end to the other. Daniel is back in the action. He thought it should have been his ball. Not signalled that way. A wry smile. Well, he thought it was only off the Argentina player. Maybe it was off him as well. MONACO. Daniel hitting it forward. Still there for ADEVA. And Sanchez over the line. No, Sanchez thinks it should have been his. So calls going either way and neither team happy with them. Daniel almost. Santi sent it in. And Daniel was advancing. The ball was skidding quickly. Daniel couldn't quite get there. ADEVA. Recure to Santi. Sanchez. Daniel. Sanchez goes down. Ball against Spain. The foul as Daniel goes and tries to help the Argentina player. Sanchez up to his feet. But against Daniel. 2 fouls against Spain, 1 against Argentina so far. But it's been a good, clean, open affair. This time Daniel goes down heavily. TALLAFERRO clashing with Daniel, both attacking the ball with vigour. And I think Daniel was just a little unlucky that he was so far off balance as he kicked. There he is high in the air, and he came down heavily. TALLAFERRO wasn't happy. ADEVA. Recure. Now the Sanchez. is out there for the first time. Sanchez missed the opening match after an indiscretion in the qualifiers, but he played in the second and scored against Iran. TALLAFERRO, he also scored in the last game, that was against Cuba. Both these sides bringing very good form into this heavyweight encounter here at Teodoro Flores Stadium. OROL, Sanchez. It's a game of defences at the moment though. Both sides defending very well. Santi, JAVI, Sanchez. Now Daniel looking for Sanchez. It was still in play. OROL looking for Sanchez again. Back to OROL. Santi's out on the right. Could be a long shot from OROL. OROL still going. From the keeper. What a clearance from GUISANDE. There were the options, and there's GUISANDE bursting away. Kicking it deep. OROL. Oh, good stop for Santi. OROL was running towards the corner and then was able to get the angle straight to GUISANDE, who got down low, stopping it with his left. PLANAS. MONACO. Sanchez has been out there throughout. Chipping it forward now. Gonzalez trying to run onto the ball. In front of him was Santi. Just allowing AMADO to take it. Sanchez. Down goes Sanchez. No whistles. This is Sanchez for... There's two Sanchez out there, incidentally. In terms of Argentina and Spain, there's JAVI Sanchez and Carlos Sanchez. No, are both involved in the play there. In case there's any confusion, Gonzalez. Now this is Carlos Sanchez. PLANAS, TALLAFERRO, past JAVI Sanchez. And JAVI Sanchez will take it for Spain. Chance for PLANAS. The ball has gone Spain's way from the sideline. So we're not too far away from half-time now. And this game showing it can be just as interesting when the goals aren't coming as it can be exhilarating when they are. Mr. Laranaga from Argentina would be well pleased, I'd imagine, with the way his side has been defending, holding out the Spanish attacks. Sanchez to Gonzalez. Gonzalez can skip away. Chance Gonzalez. Oh, his shot was just away to the far side. That was beautiful control in the centre. Gonzalez turning, holding up the ball, and there he goes towards goal. And the shot was just wide. Good attacking move though by Argentina. And they've been defending most of the time. Their fans wide awake and cheering them on. OROL will take attempts on goal now. Spain 7, Argentina 6. And Spain have called a timeout. Well, concern, I'm sure, from Javier Lozano, who saw that attack by Gonzalez. He just feels that this side from Argentina is going to be very hard to shake off. Jose Larranaga, coach of Argentina. This is a very tight match. It's only a little over a minute before half-time, the crucial period of the game. Slight delay as the moisture is being removed. Thankfully, there's plenty of excitement in the stands. Crowds enjoying what they're seeing here at Guatemala 2000. Daniel, Santi, JAVI, Sanchez. Can either side break the deadlock in the last 60 seconds before the break? Sanchez got his shot in, but offline. It was knocked away, and they will take the corner. Santi is the man who will take it. Daniel. And now a chance at the other end. Sanchez. Gonzalez! Well, it went on its way towards goal, and once again this little man, Esteban Gonzalez, the man behind the attack. The right foot and the save. Gonzalez has been such a creative player. Sanchez, the man who made the break in the first place, chipping it forward. Santi, OROL is there now. JAVI Sanchez to Santi. Across to Daniel. They will use up some time passing it around and then try to find an opening in the last 20 seconds. Daniel, OROL. When will the shot come? As the seconds tick down towards the break. Santi. Santi on his left, but Argentina may have a chance themselves. GARCIAS down the right side. PLANAS knocked out. PLANAS will take it. No, he won't have time to take it. It is half-time. A scoreless first half. And Javier Lozano is getting a good taste of the sort of competition his side and also the Argentina side will be facing in the second week of this competition. At half-time, it's Argentina 0, Spain 0. I'm sure Jose Larranaga would be reasonably satisfied, probably very satisfied with that scoreline, given the strength of the opposition. Now here's a chance for Gonzalez. It was just wide to the right. It was one of several moves he made, charging down the left-hand side, and there was the late one. So he had two opportunities, but was unable to find the back of the net.
改正の考え方、フットサルの特徴を生かすスピーディーさを助長しよう、それからフェアプレーを確保しよう、これについてはですね、やはり3つぐらいなポイントがあるのかと思います。でその一つはまずハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーがボールを投げていい。これまではハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーはボールを投げることができませんでした。やはりゴールキーパーというのは特殊な存在ですので、そのプレーには制限がありました。しかしながら今度の改正でゴールキーパーはトップのプレイヤーに直接正確なパスが投げられる。そうすればスピーディーにボールがプレーが展開できる。あるいはそこから速い得点が生まれるということもあると思います。もう一つはそのフットサルのピッチというのは縦が40メートル、横が20メートル、大体そうなんですけども、このピッチを全て広く使うことができるんじゃないかと。2つ目のポイントです。自由な交代というものがより進められることになりました。今まではボールがインプレー中に自由に 交代できるのはフィールドプレーヤーだけだったんですね。でこれがゴールキーパーも含められるということになりました。フットサルでは4秒ルールというものが適用されて、何でも早く観客や選手を飽きさせないような速いプレーが求められてますね。でゴールキーパーの交代についても、ボールがインプレー中にやっていいよということがあると思います。でこれはですね、フィールドプレーヤーがゴールキーパーのユニフォームを着て、ピッチに立って5人でプレーをする。もちろんそのゴールキーパーとしての資質が、能力というものが高くないんで、リスクではあると思うんですけども、逆に言うと攻撃的になると、こういうプレーができるようになったということがあると思います。もう一つ、3つ目となると思いますけれども、これまで、反則を1チーム6つ重ねると第2 PK ペナルティーマークから壁がないゴールキーパーと1対1のフリーキックが与えられました。でこの距離がこれまではゴールラインから12メートルのところでした。しかしながら今年の改正でゴールラインから10メートルのところになりました。10メートルというとやはりそこから壁がなくてゴールキーパーと1対1であれば非常に得点のチャンスが生まれると思います。これは得点のチャンスを増やすということでもあるんですけれども、やはり反則をより少なくしようと。フットサルというのはサッカーのそのエッセンスのようなゲームです。反則をなるべく少なくしてフェアプレーに徹して行ってくださいというようなところなのかと思います。
日本フットサル連盟はですね、本年今まで20数年の歴史の中で初めて改組再編という形で取らせていただきまして、全国の地域にの代表の理事を入れていただいて、それで各地域にまで全国展開ができるようにという組織を改編しました。その中で日本フットサル連盟がこれからやらなきゃいけないこととかということが自然と出てきたわけですけど、その中でやっぱり一番大事なことはリーグ戦を各地域でやっていただこうということに、決めましてですね、各地域にできるだけ早い時期にリーグ戦を展開していただいて、それでそのトータルの中でその上には日本を代表するリーグが将来的にできればというのを目標にですね、競技性の一つはそれがあります。それからもう一つは普及ということではサッカーのファミリーがたくさん増えるように我々の中でいつでもどこでも誰でもという理念のもとにですね、多くの方がサッカーを愛し、それでフットサルの愛好者になっていただいてですね、サッカーファミリーを拡大していくというのが一つの狙いであります。
Still to come to try to break this deadlock. Good performance by Argentina, despite the fact that Spain have had much more possession. Argentina have defended with great method and with great conviction, and I'm sure that would make this Argentina bench satisfied with the effort so far. In terms of who looks more likely to score, well, there's not too much in that. Perhaps Spain still looks to have a little more potency, a few more options as they go forward. Very good here. The referee signals it's all clear to start the second half action. Both these sides are already assured of playing in the second stage of the competition. Garcias fighting hard for the ball. Over the top of him was Oral. But of course that doesn't mean that there's nothing hanging on this game. There's much depending on the result, as the top team will effectively be given an easier draw. Down goes Oral. Accidental, according to the referee. No indication OROL. Now, Paulo Roberto is out there for the first time. Paulo Roberto wasn't used at all in the first half. A shot is put in there from Julio. Paulo Roberto is an exciting player. And until last match, he was averaging 1 goal per international. He's played 38 of them. Both players go down. And I think the referee is unsure of whose ball it should be. He's given it Spain's way. The call was very late. Wondering if either of them got a deflection there. Sanchez. This is Carlos Sanchez against Paulo Roberto. Sanchez still going. Will go to PLANAS. PLANAS traps a strong pass very cleverly. JOAN sends it back to Luis AMADO. Paulo Roberto. They try to find openings. They want to crack the other side in the first few minutes of this second half. Paulo Roberto, OROL. And now he goes back to JOAN. Julio, patience again from the Spanish side. Paulo Roberto missing it. Well, looking up at the wrong moment, and that hands over the possession. Well, and now it goes the other way. A loose pass from Carlos Sanchez. Paulo Roberto, 38 internationals, 37 goals. Remarkable record. JOAN, there's so much experience in this side though. Jesus, the goalkeeper, sitting on as a substitute, is the most capped player with 73. OROL can't quite keep it in as it deflects off Sanchez. OROL plays it quickly. Julio, shot there from JOAN. Back to Luis AMADO. Yes, but it's not just Jesus, who incidentally made his debut the same game as the coach, Javier Lozano, back in February of 1992. There's a lot of experience. Javi Sanchez has played 59 internationals. They've been around for a long, long time, and yet not an old side. Just gives an indication of exactly how much international futsal is being played these days. Gonzalez. JOAN to OROL. They have the ability to pass the ball and hang on to the ball longer than Argentina. And despite the fact that the scoreboard is square at 0-0, it has been Spain with more of it because of that accuracy with their passing and the care taken. GUISANDE thought about going long, goes to PLANAS. And Gonzalez wasn't quite expecting the pass to come his way, so once again possession is given up, and that indicates exactly what I was saying, the difference. Spain hanging onto the ball much longer than Argentina. Of course, when you do hang onto the ball, that does give you opportunities to score. JOAN, it's quite simple really, you need the ball. Paulo Roberto. Paulo Roberto still going. Roberto still there. Julio. Oh, GUISANDE. Julio was waiting to pounce. And GUISANDE, after a little fumble, picked it up. Paulo Roberto, the man who put it in. Keeper couldn't take it. And GARCIAS was trying to help him out. Finally, the goalkeeper was able to get it before Julio could. Now OROL. Gonzalez in his way. GARCIAS. Gonzalez up to GARCIAS. No, can't get his foot on the ball. But it will go Argentina's way. Gonzalez now on the far side. I think he played every minute of the first half. There he is again. He had 2 scoring opportunities going down the left side in the first half. Just sprayed them past the keeper, and past the net, importantly. Gonzalez. Luis AMADO goes out of his own goal, gives it to Julio. Spain have done very well in their warm-ups to the World Championships. They spent a lot of time in their preparation. PLANAS on the fast break. PLANAS pressured by OROL, but it's still going to be Argentina's ball. Paulo Roberto doesn't agree with the decision. It doesn't really matter though. The referee will always have the last word. One foul against Spain, none against Argentina so far in this half. There are only 3 between the two teams in the first half. It's a very open game. Open and yet defensive. PLANAS. Now GARCIAS goes back. PETILLO's on for the first time in the match. The number 9 for Argentina. PLANAS bursting down the left side into OROL. Back it goes from JOAN to OROL. Spain played 3 warm-up games in the 2 weeks leading up to the start of the championships. They beat Georgia by a convincing margin. And then importantly, they had 2 hard-fought matches against Yugoslavia and also Hungary. They were forced to fight hard for that. There is the tackle, GARCIAS, and also OROL, but the referee said there was not a lot in it. Spain to take it from the side. Javier Lozano still with his side, yet to score. After 25 and a bit minutes, Paulo Roberto feigning a push off the ball. PLANAS, TALLAFERRO, step in front of the ball. And now it's Roberto, JOAN, inside. The second time it's saved by GUISANDE. Well, that was a big opportunity for Spain. JOAN, he had all those defenders, all 5 Argentina players in front of him. He did a wonderful job, but couldn't beat the keeper. Fans getting vocal, willing their teams on. Daniel to take it for Spain. OROL blocked by GARCIAS. ADEVA to Julio. Futsal is becoming very popular around the world. 46 countries attempted to qualify for the 96 World Championships. It was 70 this time. Julio! GUISANDE saving. Powerful shot. He may go again. It's Daniel. Pass was wide for Julio. Allows TALLAFERRO a chance. He goes down. And that is a foul against Spain, as we see Julio and TALLAFERRO clashing. Second foul against Spain. As both teams desperately try to shake off the tight defence of the other team. GARCIAS. Oh, what a save! Luis AMADO diving across. A powerful shot put in from PLANAS, as we see it again. And the goalkeeper may not have quite got a hand on it. In fact, he didn't, because it ended up as a Spain ball. But it was a wonderful shot. Daniel. Now, Javi Rodriguez is in action for the first time in this half. Julio. So Coach Lozano has upped the ante, bringing on one of his big stars in Rodriguez. PLANAS still working hard for Argentina, working very hard. He put that impressive shot in a moment ago. TALLAFERRO. PLANAS again, just over the top. Luis AMADO was coming out fast, and PLANAS had to put the ball high. So it took a deflection on the way. GARCIAS into Rodriguez, they will take it again. Sanchez, GARCIAS. Once again to Argentina. GARCIAS is one of the youngsters in this Argentina side. At 22 years of age, plays in Italy with Torino. This time the ball will go back Spain's way. That is GARCIAS, who takes a break. And GONZALEZ comes back in after a well-earned rest. 8 minutes gone in the second half. And the Argentina fans urging their team to the opening goal of the match. ADEVA down, and the call has gone the way of Spain. JAVI Rodriguez in there arguing with the referee. Foul count now 2-2 Argentina and Spain. Julio to take it. And you never know, this match may boil down to the foul count. If one team gets itself into bother, it's only 2-2 at the moment, but they may end up proving crucial. If a side can go to the 10-metre penalty spot, maybe that will break this deadlock. It's so close between Argentina and Spain. Two well-drilled sides, two sides that have prepared so hard for these championships. Sanchez still going against JAVI Rodriguez, does very well to get the ball upfield. Luis AMADO. Well, that was great work by Sanchez. And GUISANDE in goal. PLANAS. Back it goes to Sanchez. Now it goes to GUISANDE. Gonzalez hasn't got any support going downfield with him. Still, it'll be an Argentina ball from the side. The speedy Gonzalez. Sanchez. Gonzalez, it is, who gets it back to PLANAS. Sanchez. It's a fine player, is Carlos Sanchez, a 25-year-old. Another of those who play in Italy. Now TALLAFERRO. Long ball from AMADO. Back to the other end. GUISANDE will take it. PLANAS goes down to offer an option. And now Sanchez finds PLANAS. And now goes to TALLAFERRO. Sanchez. Julio. Well, if this match continues without score, Spain, by virtue of their goal difference, would go through at the top of the table. They are plus 14 at the moment. Argentina plus 8. So from that perspective, Spain are better placed if they split the points. I'm sure that's not in their mind at the moment, though. They would love to take the victory here. Gonzalez to Luis AMADO, and now Daniel will clear it. Over the top for Daniel. Daniel squaring it up. Out of play, though. Well, for all these goal-scoring options for Spain, and so many of them have been scoring. In fact, 16 goals in 2 matches. No one is able to beat this Argentina defence just yet. Santi has just come on, replacing ADEVA. He has the ball. JAVI Rodriguez to Daniel. We're beyond the halfway mark of this second half. Santi. Javi Rodriguez is back there. He shoots and shoots wildly. Rodriguez has scored 26 times in 37 internationals. That was nowhere near a 27th. Gonzalez running on. Gonzalez! Oh, Luis Amado had his knee there in place. Gonzalez again giving Argentina a hope of scoring, as he did twice in the first half, sending it in. And Luis Amado getting a deflection. Well, what good build-up again for Argentina. And it shows how important Gonzalez is. He hasn't scored in the tournament, but he is looking the most likely to score against Spain. Oh, Planas was looking the wrong way, had no idea the pass was coming from Tallaferro. I think he was consulting the bench. And I think even the coach could see a humorous side of that as the ball passed over the sideline. Javi Rodriguez. Javi Rodriguez just wide to the far side. GUISANDE stretching for it. Didn't make contact. Look at Rodriguez's shot and almost clipping the fingers of the keeper. Spain 14 attempts on goal, Argentina 9. On target, Spain again with the advantage. But no advantage at all on the scoreboard. Back it goes. Long clearance from GUISANDE. Luis Amado will take the short clearance at the other end for Santi. Recure is on. Santi. Javier Lozano deciding to change his attack, throw some different players into the action. Gonzalez doing it by himself, goes down, no whistle. Rodriguez. Santi. Rodriguez again. Off Tallaferro. Tallaferro doing well to rob Rodriguez of the ball. But Rodriguez goes down and picks up the whistle. It's a foul called against Argentina. Rodriguez working hard for it, pumped his fists when he got up. And I think he probably realises that this match may well, as I mentioned earlier, be decided should a team find itself in foul trouble. At the moment, Argentina 3 and Spain 2. It may prove crucial. Recure. Santi will send it back. Javi Rodriguez waiting for it. Now he takes it. And it goes. Recure over the top. Right over the top. Nice move though, Javi Rodriguez accepting it from Santi. And then Recure. Not quite controlling it. Needed to keep it down. Seven minutes remaining. Still, the score is tied up. Just gives an indication of the difference of the opposition when Spain can put away 9 goals against Cuba and 7 against Iran. Argentina scored 8 against Cuba, only 2 against Iran, but 10 goals in total. And both sides unable to score against each other. 2 well-matched teams, Garcias, Sanchez. This is a vastly improved team from Argentina. At the last World Championships, they were the youngest team there. Just 22 years and 9 months. Plenty of enthusiasm, light on inexperience. It really told against them. They have 6 players back from 96 now. They're a little older. Sanchez. Luis Amado thinking about a fast break. He's just that little older now, average age of 23 years and 6 months. And those 6 players who have the benefit of a former World Championships behind them, really making all the difference. Much improved team from Argentina. OROL. Once again, Spain will have it from the side. 6 minutes to go now. Javi Rodriguez to Santi. Recula. Taking it away, Garcias. Oh, he loses his footing. Still going hard, Garcias. Well done. Recula, though, comes away. Recula goes down. The Spanish fans calling for a foul against Argentina. And now it will be. Against Sanchez, who almost pulled the pants down of Javi Rodriguez. Foul number 4 against Argentina. Well, this is enthralling. Javier Lozano, I'm sure he's enjoying it. He would enjoy it more, perhaps, if his side was leading by 3 goals. But I'm sure he enjoys the thrill of competition, the closeness of a tussle like this. Santi. In it goes. Rodriguez! Javi Rodriguez breaks the deadlock for Spain. Jubilation for the Spanish fans. As we see it again, Javi Rodriguez from 6.5 meters, beating the keeper and beating Gonzalez on the line as well. The set play paying dividends. Oh my word, what a match. Spain leading Argentina 1-0. And a timeout. Argentina calling the timeout, but Spain have waited a long, long time for this. And finally, in the 34th minute, this man, Javi Rodriguez, scores the goal that puts Spain in front. His 4th goal of the World Championships. Twice he scored against Cuba, once against Iran, and now, all importantly, once against Argentina. Well, suddenly some problems for Jose Laranja from Argentina, his side trailing by a goal. After they held this strong Spanish side for 34 minutes, and what's more, they have 4 fouls against their name. Not quite into a problem area, but they are only 1 call away from bringing up their 5th. From then on, Spain will go to the 10-metre penalty spot. It may not occur, but it's another element that causes some concern for Argentina. Recure. Taken by Gonzalez! Oh, Luis Amado! Knocking the ball away. Gonzalez again looking most likely. And what a save by Amado. Rodriguez again. And this is giving us just a taste of the action we can expect in the 2nd week of Guatemala 2000. When the stronger teams face each other. Recure a chance, can't get his foot on it. Gonzalez is there. He is working hard at either end. Here's Esteban Gonzalez. Now another chance. Javi Rodriguez, Santi. The ball out of play. It's going to be taken from the side for Spain. Spain leading Argentina 1-0. The Spanish fans are very excited, as they well may be, with this thrilling encounter. And 1-0 the result. Santi Javi Rodriguez. Recure. To Sanchez. Well, what a match this has been. What excitement we've had here at Teodoro Flores. And it's not over yet, because Argentina will keep attacking, trying to score the equaliser. Jose Larranaga has a well-drilled outfit here for Argentina. A side with real fighting qualities, and they'll have the ball now as Santi's pass goes astray. Garcias, the 22-year-old, taking it from the side. PLANAS to Garcias. Now switching to the right side. Intended for Garcias. Argentina 42%, Spain 58%, and a 1-goal-0 lead. Recure. Back it goes to Santi. And again. From the halfway. Javi Rodriguez! Javi Rodriguez, yes! He gets another! It's 2-0 to Spain against Argentina. Javi Rodriguez again. He didn't make clean contact. See exactly where the ball comes from. Off the keeper, maybe off Garcias, but regardless, it's into the back of the net. Well, we'll have to wait until we find out from the officials. There it is, it's on its way. Yes, I'd say Rodriguez. It was off his foot, and then the second time it was off his knee, and I'd say it was Rodriguez who sent the ball into the back of the net, his 4th goal at Futsal 2000. There's the score, Spain 2, Argentina 0. Change in goal being made now for Argentina as Carlos Sanchez becomes the goalkeeper. Obviously he is going to become the 5th field player as well. So this is the tactic that's employed. Sanchez is out of the goal. There is Sanchez now. He has assumed the goalkeeper's jersey. Gonzalez attacking. Well, this is interesting with Carlos Sanchez, probably the strongest, along with Gonzalez, the strongest field player. And here he is, well out of the goal, becoming the 5th man up the field. It's a dangerous tactic. It gives them the numbers, but it does mean that they are vulnerable to a counter-attack. PETILLO to Sanchez. He will have to hurry back. Expect Luis AMADO, if he gets the ball, to send it back quickly. There it goes, PLANAS over the top. Sanchez will go back now. PLANAS. And a timeout has been called by Spain. Well, an enthralling game here. Monaco was getting ready to come on. Spain calling the timeout. Rodriguez scoring twice in the 34th and the 37th minute. It's taken a long time for Spain to win this arm wrestle. And at the moment, with just over 2 minutes remaining, the Spanish fans can sense a victory. The ball to be taken by Luis AMADO. Sanchez, his rival goalkeeper, comes out to attack the ball. Sends it over the line. He'll have to quickly take it back. Quickly go back into his own goal. Effectively, it becomes a power play tactic when teams desperately want to make up a goal, or in this case, a 2-goal advantage late in the game. A field player will sometimes become the goalkeeper, or alternately the goalkeeper will advance down the field regardless and take the risk, feeling that nothing is to be lost. PETILLO. Gonzalez. Also Laranago urging on Sanchez down the field. There he is now, the man wearing the goalkeeper's jersey. Sanchez. But now he's got to hurry back. JAVI Sanchez. Once again with Argentina. The time is ticking away. Sanchez goes to PLANAS. And now it's a long shot. Will it go all the way in? It does! It's a goal from Daniel! That is the risk it takes. JAVI Sanchez becoming the field player way up the ground. And all Daniel had to do was pass him and roll it straight. There is goal number 3. Such excitement. It's a bit like lawn bowls. Will I get the kitty? Yes, Daniel got the kitty. Well, what excitement. 3-0 the scoreline to Argentina. A most unlikely goal scored by Daniel. And it came in the 38th minute. Julio. Santi. Daniel, the man who scored the goal, his third at Futsal 2000. He scored in each of the games. JAVI Sanchez to Santi. Knocks it on. PLANAS is there. Gonzalez as well. Back it goes. Sanchez can take it now. But we're inside the last minute. Sanchez, the goalkeeper, wants to have a shot on goal. Sanchez, another opportunity. Daniel over the top, just misses. And it was one of the Argentina defenders, PETILLO, who went back and guarded the goal. But the shot was offline. PETILLO. PLANAS. TALLAFERRO. PLANAS. Sanchez, little deflection, so they will take the corner. This has been a fine performance by Argentina. They will go down, they will be beaten, but what a performance regardless. TALLAFERRO sending the ball over the goal line. It took a deflection on the way, so there will be a last corner played by Argentina. And now they lose the ball and Spain will have it again. Javier Lozano's team will emerge victorious from this enthralling encounter. The last match here at Teodoro Flores. Some wonderful action, PLANAS, and it's all over. Victory to Spain. Spain defeating Argentina. As the coaches embrace, they know that this was an epic battle. It was one of the best matches from Guatemala 2000. Spain 3, defeating Argentina 0. A real jubilation for the fans who've made the long trip from Spain to support their team. And they can look forward to the second week of competition. So too, though, the fans from Argentina. Let's not forget the work of that side that was on the losing end here at Teodoro Flores tonight. Spain victorious, but a very game performance by Argentina as well. And they can look ahead with some confidence to the second phase of the competition.